Hello class, I'd like to introduce my informative topic, which is how the overuse of technology negatively impacts human interaction. Here's my audience. And a great example, I have my display back there, I don't know if you can see it, but my audience does a well job of showing how technology gets in the way or creates a barrier to human interactions. So hopefully we can interact like humans here and not behind a screen. Hello you. Yes, I'm talking to both of you. My apologies, you're probably in the middle of checking a message, email, responding to a text. It's amazing how much we use technology daily and how communication is conducted on a handful of different devices in most households. However, will it ever be too much? Now, by no means am I against technology in any way, but I'm sure I'm not the only one who has noticed that over time, it has become increasingly more difficult to have a face-to-face conversation with people today than it was 10 years ago. According to the reporter, a college-run newspaper in Dade County, Miami, writes, "Our dependence on technology is stripping us from human interaction. We're having full conversations through a screen and then choking up and stuttering in person. We're activists on social media, but reserved in our everyday exchanges. Therefore, the overuse of technology is reducing human interaction and intimacy, contributing to individuals being isolated behind a screen." I chose this topic because over time I have noticed those closest to me becoming more distant at the convenience of a quick message by text, email, or social media. In this speech, I will discuss the following areas: overuse of technology, technology's impact on human interaction and intimacy, and the benefits of technological fasting. To begin, let's observe the way in which technology is used today. A study published in the International Journal of Neuropsychotherapy in November 2014 states that if one person in a relationship uses technology more than the other, this can create feelings of insecurity. If one person in a relationship disengages from a face-to-face interaction while engaging in technology, this can create a sense of threat and detachment in the relationship. The overuse of technology can impact any relationship or friendship, but also can create a threat on your own life, as well as the lives of others. How, you might ask? I would reply, great question. Technology impacts lives daily and maybe every second, as someone is impacted by an accident by a person who is texting and driving, which highly disables the ability to react and properly operate a motor vehicle, let alone be cautionary of other human lives. This therefore makes me believe that the overuse of technology dampens the ability to act upon empathy for others. In addition, what we have previously discussed about the overuse of technology, the impact of technology on our society and the development of our children is of major concern. Although technology provides access to a vast amount of knowledge, there is also a fair share of information which contains no substance. This type of information is available to children every day through technology and sometimes without supervision. According to Greenfield, a distinguished professor of psychology and director of UCLA's Children's Digital Media Center, conducted a study which found that 6th graders' ability to read emotions from nonverbal cues improved significantly after 5 days at camp, where face-to-face interaction were a focal point. Therefore, an educated conclusion could be made from such a study that provides depth on how technology isolates and limits the ability of children to read emotions or nonverbal cues. Furthermore, another study found that 200 students, nearly 69% were actively using technology, while 26% were not. This study highlights the saturation point of technology within our society. Secondly, technology heavily impacts our lives in society, but even more so has an impact on our friendships, our relationships, and our overall connection with those closest to us. Yet, does technology help to foster such connection or create strain? According to Morris, who ran a study in 2014 called the iPhone effect, found that the interaction of individuals face-to-face with phones present created distractions, fiddling, whereas the absence of phones created more empathy among one another. This is an interesting concept because the absence of technology created more focus and connection. This focus and connection results in further intimacy between the individuals. On the other hand, according to Campbell and Murray, intimacy is negatively impacted when a person consistently chooses technology over spending time with one another. Again, we see that technology in many ways, if overused or not properly used, can create a barrier between those that we love and ourselves. Furthermore, Ohio counselor Jessica Wade states that the emotional connection forged by couples through body language, nonverbal communication, tone of voice, and facial expressions are essential to the relationship and impossible to replicate through technology. Therefore, if we become too attached to technology, we choose to sacrifice or give up intimacy with the one we love if we're not careful. To review, we've discussed how technology affects human interaction in society and personal relationships, as well as negative impacts if overused. Therefore, we must find a balance between technology and the absence thereof in order to live the life to the fullest and healthiest in the most rewarding lifestyle, which can be done through periodic fasting of technology. Lastly, not all forms of technology are negative, but in order to create a balanced lifestyle with technology included, we must abstain from technology occasionally in order to observe living in the moment and being present in the world around us. In 1970, environmental psychologists Rachel and Stephen Kaplan began foundational work and found through their study that nature can assist with the recovery of mental fatigue and can help restore attention. Meaningful contact with nature can help reboot the brain's ability to think. Moreover, fasting from technology in many ways can lower anxiety and return focus to an individual's purpose and create close bonds among loved ones. The benefits of conducting technological fast found individuals were able to rest better. In addition, a 2010 study found that students who unplugged from social media with consistent notifications and updates was quite relaxing. The study found that students lived more in a moment and enjoyed the world around them, while many did not even realize the amount of stress that was brought on into their lives through the use of media. In conclusion, the avoidance from technology completely is almost impossible, as our world is ever evolving through the advancement of technology. Yet the overuse of technology continues to threaten human interaction and communication and the impact of how individuals interact face to face. Furthermore, if such use of technology is not balanced with our daily human interactions, will eventually lead to failed or broken relationships and the degradation of intimacy between those that we love. Finally, by understanding that too much of any good thing can be a bad thing, not properly taking breaks from technology can damage our mental and emotional well-being. By understanding how technology can negatively impact human interaction further can help each of us make a more conscious effort to live in the moment and not just discover our world around us through a screen alone. So, hopefully, this human interaction between me and my audience and you as my class, I can show how technology and its overuse creates a barrier and how putting it down sometimes and finding a correct balance helps to make our lives better so that we don't overuse technology and that we don't take advantage of a great thing. Thank you. And here's my audience.